Dear friends, warm welcome to all to the channel World of Zoology, and this is our second lecture from the unit Population Ecology, and under that Population Dynamics. We'll consider few points of the next lecture, and that is nothing but the sex ratio and life table. The sex ratio refers to the proportion of males to females within a population. Sex ratio, which can be defined as the number of females per 1000 males in a given population. The sex ratio is, in case of the sexually reproducing animal, tends to be 1 has to 1. This, this is because haploid, that is n number of chromosome sets, segregates into gametes in a 1 has to 1 ratio and are mainly responsible for determining the sex of the next generation of individuals. That means at the time of the segregation, when gamete formation takes place, the chromosome segregates in a gametes in 1 has to 1 ratio. Therefore, there are equal chances for the determination of both sexes, male as well as females. But in certain species, this ratio may deviate from the assumed standard of 1 has to 1 ratio. For example, in case of the social insects such as honeybees and termites, where number of individuals are living together in the social insect, and therefore will consider the example of the social insect here, honeybee. Even though the number of fertile female is less in case of honeybee, even though the number of fertile females is less, the sex ratio is skewed towards the females, and these females are workers, which are being sterile females, which are more in number. In honeybee, there is just a single diploid fertile female which is known as queen of that particular colony. But workers which are larger in number, though diploid females are sterile, and these sterile females are produced as they do not get the royal jelly during their developmental period. Only the female individual, which will be later on developed as the queen, can get royal jelly during developmental period. The males are haploid and are called as drones. In fact, many species in animal kingdom, environmental factors like temperature, the type of food available in the surrounding influence the sex ratio of a given population. For example, temperature is an important factor which determines sex ratio in case of insect, mollusk and reptiles. Now we'll consider human sex ratio. The sex ratio for total population of the world is 101 males for 100 females. That is, per 100 females, males are 101. But it varies from 74 to 219 amongst the countries. The global sex ratio is 1.018. It means that we have slightly more men than women. In human being, it is sometimes the social factor that shift the ideal 1 has to 1 ratio due to desire to have a son child. Female feticide is one of the undesirable practice that drastically affect the sex ratio. The practice of gender by sex determination continues even though India has enacted laws banning the use of the prenatal diagnostic techniques for sex determination. As you know, the PCPNDT Act here. The census data of India 2011 reveals that the sex ratio is 940 females per 1000 males. 940 females per 1000 males in case of the adult human being, and 940 females per 1000 males for the age group of 0 to 6. Here, remember that sex ratio for adults individual is 940 females, whereas the same sex ratio for the age group of 0 to 6 year is 914 females per 1000 males. That means the individuals which are in between the age group 0 to 6 shows lower female ratio per 1000 male, that is 914, compared with the adult male to female ratio, that is 940 females per 1000 male. Now we'll consider the next topic, that is the next point 1.7, which is regarding the life tables. For that, we'll consider first the concept of the life table and then the uses of the life table. The concept of life table was first formulated by the Raymond Pearl. A group of individuals of the same age is here referred as a cohort. Life tables usually refer to age-specific mortality, that is mortality which is related to a particular age group in a particular population. Life tables are usually constructed by following the fate of a cohort from birth until death. The number of offsprings produced and number of individuals that die each year are also considered. Means number of offsprings produced means natality, and number of individuals that die each year means mortality. Both factors are considered here. The mortality rate, chances of survival, and life expectancy are best represented by life table. There are two types of life tables which are considered. One, period life table, and second, that is cohort life table. In case of period life table, it deals with the mortality rates of the steady population during specific time period. Means you must remember the period life table deals with mortality rate of steady population during specific time period, whereas the cohort life table deals with the mortality rate of cohort, means for the group of the individual of a population for entire lifespan. Remember the difference between the two. The mortality rate of steady population is considered in the first, that is period life table for a specific time period, whereas in case of cohort means individuals of the same age group, it is related with the mortality rate of cohort of a population for entire lifespan and not for a particular period or the specific period. Life tables gives an idea about the mortality pattern and life expectancy with increasing age. About the mortality pattern and life expectancy with increasing age. The age of members of population has an influence on both natality and mortality. Means if the individuals in the particular age group, in the say for example in the reproductive age group are more, naturally the natality rate will be more. With increasing in the age of the individual, particularly among the females, not only the reproductive capacity of the female declines, but also the chances of dying also increase. Since mortality is influenced by the age, survivorship curves are more reliable to study of different stages and stability of a population. Now we'll consider the second point of the life table, that is uses of life table. Life tables of a human population find application in social management of financial aspects such as life insurance and retirement benefits. Second one, life tables are useful in actuaries to decide the rate of the premium for persons of the different age groups. The government decides policies regarding health, agriculture, employment, defense, education on pictorial background of the life table data. Means if the number of youngster or the number of individuals in the 0 to 6 age groups are more, then in future will have to provide educational facilities for the particular age group. Or if the number of individuals in the um, age group of the above 59, that is the adult individuals are more, then government has to take into the consideration the, it has to be considered that the medical facilities or the requirement of that particular age has to be maintained for that particular period. It helps to assess advancement in the medical facility, which increases the lifespan. Then fifth one, the birth and death registration of census data can be verified with the help of the human life tables. Thank you for watching this video. Share this video for the benefit of the maximum students and subscribe the channel World of Zoology for the notification of the next video. Thank you once again.